life out of me as well. So,
But
yeah,
that sounds like a full life.
yes, and a husband, yeah,
Oh
and
yeah,
another
oh,
child.
you almost forgot.
Yeah.
He's outside putting the trash out. I almost forgot him. Well, my name's Charlie McRother, and I'm pleased to meet you. And your name is
Melissa.
Melissa. Oh, it's Melissa.
Yes.
Am I correct? All right. I'm sorry about that. I saw it on there at the last moment. Nice to have you on the show, Melissa.
Yep. How do you know Raul's house?
How do I know Rahul? I know Rahul from Monco Radio. I met
Okay.
how did I meet Rahul? I met him in some kind of
at the Monka Radio Club.
yeah at the Monco Radio Club. Uh, yeah, that's where I
At
met
Montgomery
Rahul.
Community College.
Yeah, at Monco. Ra Rahul has well, this is Rahul's baby here. He's the boss of this operation,
Yes, he
and
is.
I have my own radio show. It's on every Monday from 3 to 6. It's a rock and roll show.
Charlie's Classics.
Charlie's Classics. That's right. From the
Nice.
British invasion. What's that?
I said nice.
Yeah. What kind of music do you like?
Well, top, I'm Christian rock, but for the most
Yes.
part, I like the alternative music. Is where I
Okay.
really landed in my college years in high
Oh, okay.
school.
Oh, I can yes. In the alternative rock aisle.
Yes.
That's where you found yourself.
Yep. But I did used to hang out when I went to Temple. Ambler, we used to hang out at the radio station all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What
That's
what
cool.
was your major at Temple University? Because that was one of our questions we were going to ask you tonight. What college you went to?
Yeah. So I first went to Penn College of Technology for baking and pastry arts. Because I always wanted to be like a consumer science teacher. But then went to Temple Ambler for education.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. So I'm a
Um,
Temple alumni. Go out.
there you go. Go Owls.
Yeah, my dad went to Temple for pharmacy. He's a Temple alumni as well.
But
There's lots of us out there.
Did
Yeah,
you
I went to Monco with Raul. I'm a Monco
Okay.
alum, just like he is.
and I'm a Monco alum, but I'm from the 90s alum. I graduated in 97. The year
Gotcha.
nobody's been born yet of
Oh,
all
I
these
was
guys.
born.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Did you
I just graduated a year ago, actually, over a year ago from Monco.
Gotcha. Good
now
job, though.
now he has a
I
full-time
got
job.
bucket.
He's a tax-paying member of society.
Yeah.
Right, Will?
What?
I said, now you're a working man, you're a tax-paying member of society.
Yeah.
when
Fun
did you
adulting, isn't
when
it?
did you graduate from Temple?
I graduated from Temple in 2008.
Uh,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. What did you say?
2008.
Oh, okay. All right. 2008. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Did you happen to get any advanced degrees after Temple to get into doing what you're doing now?
No, I just really worked my way up through the system.
Okay.
Starting off as got my, my Temple education and then bachelor's degree, and then started off as a preschool teacher, and then started working through the different centers and working my way up. I feel like I have a master's in health and psychology for helping parents and staff work through life situations and
Oh, I'm sure.
illnesses, but self-proclaimed.
Okay. Well, that's good. You worked your way up, so you know all the different facets of the work at Lake Bridge Academy. Am I right?
For the most part, I try and say yes, I do. Yep.
Okay.
Sit
Okay.
there, direct, facilitate and give out, make sure the teachers and the families are happy with the things that they're getting, and just making sure everybody's on task to be able to really have the kids have fun playing and learning all at the same time.
Well, that's great. That's great. There's no better way for little kids to learn a language and learn to be around others than to be socialized as early as possible with other kids. I mean, don't you find that to be true?
I do, I do. I mean, everybody thinks, education really starts in, regular school, kindergarten through 12, but really it's those preschool years that really make it a difference. I mean, for me, going to
Absolutely.
kindergarten is like basically being in a 3-year-old classroom at this point,
Yeah.
where the education level is really risen to, which is
Yeah.
really amazing to say that, that's where we all belong and have fun. So,
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If they let me, I would go back to being 4 or 3. 3
cool.
would be the optimum age where I could just sit there and play and scribble all over the back of coloring books. I don't know. And getting in trouble probably, but yeah, no.
Probably.
Did you
How
have, I'm sorry, Raul, did you have a question?
how long have you been with Lightbridge for?
So I've been with Lightbridge Academy for 5 years. So I opened up the one in Montgomeryville. We were supposed to open in March of 2020, sorry, 2020. But of course, COVID hit, which put us back, that we didn't get to open until August. But it's still a great way because we really got to grow through all the muscles and tweaks of COVID, and we're able to really grow an amazing center with being able to have that in there. So
Yeah. Yeah. Then
Uh,
go ahead. What do you want to say, William?
uh, what made you and inspire you to become a daycare teacher?
I really enjoy meeting the families. I love being able to see all the different age groups and seeing the families really grow as the children grow. From first meeting them, being really scared and shy of putting them in school to like leaving our center and really being a part of our family and upset that their kid is going off to kindergarten and they don't know what they're going to do now, having to transition and change. So I really love being able to see that whole growth. I love being able to hear, the kids' first words, being able to see those like first few steps, and being able to have the kids starting to read on their way out the door. Just being able to be part of all of that is just a personal feeling that I truly enjoy each and every day to be able to see happen. I feel very
It's,
proud that I'm able to have that, very
it's
privileged.
it sounds yeah, it sounds like a an optimum place for you to be, you know. That sounds incredible. That is incredible.
We do. Raul, do you feel like it's incredible?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
incredible. Yeah.
incredible. That's incredible.
Um,
What
I-
what is the age rate of the children that attend Lightbridge Academy?
Yeah, so we can do 6 weeks all the way up to about 10 years old. Once they hit the grade school level, kindergarten above, we can have them there on the days that school is closed or before and after care and in the summer. So, but for the most part, our main focus is always K through like 5. I mean,
Oh,
the 6 weeks to 5. Yep.
okay.
Uh,
From 6 weeks old to 5 years old. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that
um,
sounds excellent.
how many faculty members do you have? Do you guys have?
So right now we have about 25, and then we can always grow from there depending on our numbers to stay in ratio. But we have some part-time and full-time staff, and we're always looking to grow and be bigger and better. And our staff have the opportunity to always move up in the system as well.
Oh, that's
Uh,
really good.
how do parents get to sign up for their children to go to Lightbridge Academy? What do
Yep.
parents
So there's
get to?
multiple ways you can give us a call, or you can just go online to Lightbridge Academy Montgomeryville. There's always like schedule a tour. You can always come schedule one right there online. Come on in, and we'll be able to go over all the fun tips, tricks, all about our center, what makes us different. Some of the main things that make us different is our core curriculum. We really talk about singing sprouts and signing sprouts. There's we do yoga and mindfulness
Oh, okay.
thinking for them to be able to like go through all the different emotions that are kind of all been working on now that social emotional help to be able to help that mental stability when they're older and being wiser, and our teachers to be able to go along with that. And then we really have the different philosophers that we love to follow. And then I know you guys are more sports themed, so we always have our Happy Feet soccer program that we have there, that you can always join in as well. So there's lots of different opportunities. But coming in, touring, we can go over all the different fun things and really show you how amazing the classrooms really work.
What
Yeah,
happened?
yeah. I've seen. I remember last Halloween when Raul posted these pictures of like the Halloween for the Halloween thing you guys had. Do you guys do like holiday parades for like the children and stuff?
Yeah, so we always do a Halloween parade during the winter time. We have a fun winter festival with the kids all do like little songs and things like that, depending on what winter holiday theme they want to choose to do in the classroom. We always have donuts with dad, and last year we had a guest reader come in and do some reading. We muffins with mom. We just had our big fun and year celebration with a huge foam party. The kids always love that kind of thing. And then we try and do like a big Valentine's bash, and then starting this year, we're going to start doing some parent night out for our parents that they can come keep their kids here till like 8 o'clock, and so that they have a date night and the kids are watched by staff that they know and feel comfortable with. So be able to pay a small fee to be able to have that too.
Well, that's excellent. I mean, that's covering all of the entrances in. You got to all cover it up. No, it's
Yes.
that's incredible. You have all your bases covered, and the idea that you are concerned about the parents as well, and you wanting them to have a date night that they could get out, maybe go out to dinner, and then come pick up the child. I mean, that would be about right, right? Around 8 o'clock, 7:30, eight
Yep.
o'clock.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean that's really incredible. And with your kids, with the kids, how are your rooms divided? I mean, as far as kids and ages, how does that work?
Yeah. So we have 9 classrooms available to us to be able to have open. We have an infant room that's 1 6 weeks to about one. We have two, and then from there, there's 2 classrooms per age group. So 2 1-year-old rooms, 2 2-year-olds, 2 3s, and then a 4 room and a pre-K 5. So we're able to not to necessarily move children due to their age group. That's the one thing I love about Lightbridge Academy is we move them developmentally. We really look at the
Okay.
child as a whole and where do they fit in to be successful in the classrooms. Not, oh, you just turned this day, so now you get to move up to the next classroom. But if they're not ready for it, we don't always push them, or if they're ready before and we can meet that ratio standard, then we can definitely bump them ahead to make that education worthwhile. And then we also have a lot of teachers that will work with the kids one-on-one so that they can still progress at their stage, opposed to necessarily you're at this age and this is where you have to be, and learning as a whole as a group. So we're always really looking at how we can meet each child where they are met, and so each one can be successful. And that's sometimes not even just teacher to teacher, but peer to peer. If one kid is a little bit smarter than the other in some areas, they can really learn better from their peers than they can necessarily from seeing a teacher or an adult.
I think that's a very very good way to how I can put this the proper way. The fact that you're concerned about the children's development and how they're going, as opposed to their age, birth age or month or whatever. I mean, that's because every kid's different. Not all kids develop at the same rate, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and
Eh,
that's the main point. We really want to look at where each one to be successful, than having to be successful within what our standards. We
Okay.
have standards and we have grading that we use, but though we really look at where the kid fits in, not how they have to fit to our system.
Right. You go to them instead of them having to go to you, in other words.
Yep.
That's excellent.
Uh, what kind of do you guys provide healthy foods for the kids for like lunch and uh,
Yeah, so most of our families bring in their school lunches, so you have the option to be able to pack your lunch, or we have a hot lunch program that you can purchase into, and that hot lunch program is a state certified program of providing lunches, and they also provide to multiple other schools that are on government programs, or doing other things that they are used to that state regulation that all children need to have this well balanced diet. So
Right.
they all meet those standards. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Raul, do you make sure Zaya packs her lunch, or does she get lunch at school?
She just we pack her lunch, and on Friday she eats pizzas over there. So
Really?
she likes the pizzas at Lightbridge.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
Well,
Yeah.
good. That's a thing you should put up when you're putting up, what's the word? And when you're going around trying to get people to come in, so to speak. I think the whole idea of pizza above all else
Yes.
should be it.
There's always Pizza Friday included
Oh
in
yeah.
tuition.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah. No matter how bad your week's going, you know you got pizza on Friday. That's
Yes.
very good.
And I'll tell you, some of those are the first words that some kids say. Pizza Friday or just
Yeah, well, I
pizza.
bet they probably get
They
up
see
out
that
of bed.
pizza box and they know.
They probably get out of bed telling their parents, "It's Pizza Friday.
Pizza
It's
Friday.
pizza
Yes.
day." Yeah. Yes. That's well, I have a granddaughter, and she goes to the school. It's uh, Temple Sinai in
Okay.
Dresser.
Mm-hmm.
They have a program from infants to, I don't know how far up they would go. I guess, well, pre kindergarten, is that it? That's what you
Mm-hmm.
guys are, right?
That's
Pre
about what
kindergarten.
we do. Mm-hmm.
And what age is that? Is that what, 5, 4?
It's like 5, 6, depending on when their birthday hits.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was born on Christmas Day, and I was behind the kids all the way through, you know, through 8th grade. I was still talking like this, and everybody
Mm-hmm.
else's voices were changing. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Now the cutoff is September 1st for most schools. So
yeah.
it's
So,
not
no, that's
so. Some of those things people tell me, don't have a baby in March because you'll have a December baby, but nobody told me the cutoff for September of paying an extra preschool fee.
yeah, really.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Uh,
So, Melissa, are there any advanced degree in order to run uh Lightbridge Academy?
So there's some different director promotional classes that they have you take. So some more of the business side opposed to always having your education side. So I have taken those classes. They're called director credentials. That the state looks at that all directors have to take. So it's like a quick 12 credit course on top of all the extra education courses that you've taken. And it's more talking about that managerial side. So the business side, the handling HR department, working on the um, budget lines and those kind of things. How to actually work with licensing, so all those things are there for being as a director as well.
Yeah, yeah, because I know teachers have to take those credits, like 3 credit courses or whatever they are during the semester or throughout the year. Is that how that works?
So yeah, so all of our staff have to do 12 credited hours through
Right.
the Pennsylvania state required curriculum that's there, that they can choose from. So there's some that we direct and say, this is what we would like you to do because we have monthly things that we're working on. And then sometimes I also give an opportunity of, okay, I want you guys to take a course that interests you to what you're dealing with and how to support you. I've also brought in a lot of the MCIU, so that's like support staff for students that come in, and we've had trainings on that kind of things, like some more in-person training than having to go online and just reading over or listening to a course. That we get more of that
Mm.
in-person teaching. Most teachers like more in-person because that's the kind of styles that we are learners, opposed to just reading from a book and getting it all out. That we
Oh
like to
yeah.
do some fun things. And actually Thursday, the 29th, the school is closed for us to have our professional learning day. So we'll have some like deep in-depth, some good core training for the staff.
Okay. Yes. Go
Uh,
ahead, Raul. You look like you have a question on your mind.
do you have any upcoming events planned for the kids since summer is almost over?
So since summer's over, we had our big foam party, but for the events for the center, like I said, the parent night out kickoff in September is going to be a big one that we're going to announce soon. And then from there, we'll have our big back to school night. So all the parents get to come meet the teachers of the classrooms that they're going to be going into. And then we actually, if you want to come meet more of our staff, we're going to be at Lansdale first Friday. And then we're going to go to Lansdale, not Lansdale, North Wales Fall Festival and Montgomeryville's Fall Festival. So those three places that we'll be hanging out for September and October to be able to do it. And then probably December October we'll have our big Halloween parade again. And then like I said, for the winter we'll have our big winter fest too.
That is really impressive. All the things that you're involved in with the school and directing people to do. That's a lot. That's a lot of work. You must be excellent at your time management.
I
It
try to
sounds like
be.
yeah, the best you can, right? Yeah, but I mean, I think that from what you're saying, it like I said, time management seems to be everything. Well, you know what I mean.
Yes.
It's a big
Oh, it
deal.
is. It is. It's the only way I keep my life in order.
Hmm.
With getting my life, my kids where they need to be, to where I need to get the staff to be, and making sure that it all flows and get some time in for me. So,
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, you need time for yourself too. I mean, you're running this operation, and uh, you have everybody out doing their different tasks with the children that they have, and that's a big deal. I mean, to keep 3-year-olds or 2-year-olds busy for an entire day, and to keep their attention, that's something that I'm very impressed by, because you know to do that one must have been called to be a teacher, because that's something to do. uh,
it
I
does
know
take a
not every
special art.
school. What's that?
It
I,
does take a special art to be able to do those things. Yeah.
oh, I'm
But
sure,
I think schedule and just keeping a routine is the best way to have them really know what to do and their expectations. And I think that's what everybody needs.
right, and keeping them in the flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, excellent, excellent, excellent.
How much does the fee cost um, for if
So
anybody
that's
wants to
one thing
join?
that Yeah, so the fees kind of, we run all different kind of programs. So we have anywhere between the infant, which is going to be your higher program opposed to your preschool program, and then part-time, full-time. It all kinds of ranges, and that's where like coming in for a tour, I can really go over those details a little bit better. But so those are kind of the things that I always kind of say. So all those things work into it. Our center, Montgomeryville, does take the ELRC, so that's like helping of the state subsidy. So we do take that too, that we can always work with some of the parents on that to be able to make tuition work. Because that's a whole other thing. All because you can't afford it doesn't mean that we can't find a program that fits for you to be able to get that great education that we can provide.
Right. You provide a way that they can bring their children to or child to Lightbridge without being, you know, turned away at the door, so to speak.
I try not to, yes. I try to make it fit for each budget that's possible and give them different ways of how we can make it work if they can make it work to be able to be here. So
Uh,
If
that's
if
very
any
good.
if any of the viewers are watching, if you have any question for Melissa, you can chat on the chat box on the YouTube chat box. So if you have any question, please comment on the chat box. Um, Uh, do you have any new new like? Is there any new enrollments coming that will be joining Lightbridge
Yeah.
this upcoming year?
Yeah, September we have a lot more rolling in, so we're excited to be able to fill just as much as the ones that have graduated to keep this under rolling. We're always looking. And that's a great opportunity that we also have is like our room expansions. We have being able to move them developmentally opposed to chronologically where they fit in. We always have openings. We always have some spots that we can work on. And we really try and always have an extra staff or two on hand. So if we ever need to expand a classroom before we hire somebody else, we have that so that we can train appropriately and not just fulfill a teacher to be able to fill some spots. We really, really want to keep that education program going and meet those developmental practices appropriately, opposed to just having a teacher in there. And that's what makes us, more of that Lightbridge Academy and not a daycare. We really always say we're not a daycare, we're in childcare, we're in educating the children in the child as a whole and not just here just be able to watch them. We really want to get
Right.
engaged. Our
That's
next fall, every year I try and like put like a thing out for our teachers to strive for. So like our 2 years ago was we like to see the children bloom. So teachers are like the garden to be able to help them grow. Last year we are thinking of outside the box. So what kind of things instead of just thinking of lesson plans that are out there online, like what other things can we do as teachers because we're allowed to create a lot of our curriculum and what the teachers get to do to how they want to teach their students. It's not just here's what corporate gives you and this is what you need to execute. They're able to really put in and to match the children in their classroom and who they are. And this year, I want them to be able to think about playing is learning, and I really want them to be able to deep dive, get in, and play with the kids, and really enjoy that, opposed to feeling like they have to just facilitate a lesson plan teaching through and really be able. And I think being able to merge in and really play will bring out that fun in the daily basis to be able to have that pleasure of being able to do that and just having to feel like you're going through, a daily lesson.
uh okay. Somehow I'm not I'm not what you would consider very technologically oriented. I'm a product of my generation.
You're right. I don't like technology either.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like everybody disappeared, and your picture was a little square one up in the corner, and I figured, what the heck? I just hit on it. And there we go. Everybody's there. Everybody appears. There was a question wanted to ask you. Oh, um, oh, I know what it was. In order to run a successful school or whatever, you have to replace those that have left. Correct? I mean, basically that's sweet. So, how do you do you advertise? Do you is it by word of mouth from other people, or
Are you
what do
saying
you
for
rely
teachers
on
or for students coming in?
for students
Or
coming
both?
in?
Students coming in. So we're always on Facebook.
Mm.
So you can always see the fun things that the kids are doing. Those are real students. There are students that we're promoting or our staff that are there to be able to see the fun things that we love to do. Word of mouth is always the best way. It's always been true, your best representation. But we do some advertising out there. So some mailer advertising. We do a lot of Google advertising to help bring in all those different leads to be able to get out there. But then once again, going to like the local community events and getting out in that community is another way that we love to be able to just be able to connect and bring people in to learn about us.
Right. So they ask questions about like Bridge Academy, and then from there, your charm has to like take over, and they all of a sudden they want to go to Lake Bridge Academy. Am I correct?
We hope that works. Yep.
uh, yeah. Uh, what's the matter, William? You got a question?
I want to say, Melissa, it's so nice what you do for all these kids. I mean, it's a wonderful thing to do. to get out in the community. All these
That was very
events.
nice. That was very nice, William.
It's so
Well,
I'm sure it's very special to them,
She
especially with the holidays
she
coming.
has she has a good group of staff working with her. So and plus Melissa is really helpful, and there's also Nicole who's also really helpful at the daycare.
So I take
Uh,
it that
what
Rahul,
the
you are a part of this daycare. Would your daughter be going there?
Yeah, my daughter goes there. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's all I wanted
yeah.
to know.
What does Nicole do, Melissa?
she's my assistant director, so she kind of really helps hire staff and then put more of the education program in place, where I kind of do more of the business side of things and making sure that everything is facilitated throughout and that following up on all of them. But yes, I mean, I can't do it on just my own. It is all up to my great staff. I have amazing staff to be able to help, and we really have grown so well with our staff over the years of no, when COVID happened, a lot of centers all around were just scrabbling for to get teachers because parents need to go back to work. And Lightbridge Academy, one of their main slogans is we're a place for the working parent. And so that was the one thing that we really drove home, that we're here for you guys and we're going to make it work. And we were able to. And now we have really great staff. Almost 75% of our staff have been there for at least 3 to 4 years, really know how to really work our curriculum. And then we have some really great mentor staff. So when we get new staff in, we're training them up right there beside them one by one. And we do the same thing with our families. As our families come in, we really try and get you to come in a week before you have to start so that you can do that gradual start, that each day drop off a different time length so that you can get acclimated with us and the student can get acclimated with us. We don't really like that, oh, it's our first day, I'm just meeting you, drop off and goodbye. We really love to get that personal connection and be able to help walk those steps through with you. And you're really part of the Lightbridge family because we do feel like it's a family. You have to be comfortable and happy, and the school is a second home. Sadly, unfortunately, a lot of people can't just work a small day and be able to, they're there most of the day, and we get to help raise the children. And so we really want to make that the best home and comfortable place for each and every person that's in our building.
That sounds excellent. One of the questions I had for you, you just mentioned, you said about like how going and how you get the children, the new ones coming in with all the different ways that you like Facebook and advertising and all that. How about for staff? If you're looking for staff, how do you go there? Is that a LinkedIn kind of thing, or is that
And
LinkedIn,
and
Indeed, and then of course Facebook too. Facebook, Instagram, word of mouth. Our staff get a lot of if you bring somebody in, there's like bonuses for all that kind of stuff for families as well.
wow, okay.
one of the viewers want to know: do you guys use AI? The new
No, we
software.
do not use AI. We do not use AI on any of our Google reviews. We don't use AI on our Google Facebook page. We don't use it in any of our Facebook postings. We really don't use Google AI at all. We really try and be truly authentic to who we are. And this is true life of what we have going on in our building.
Okay.
If anybody's watching and if you have some questions, please comment on the chat box. Melissa, how how many light bridges is in all of Pennsylvania, and are there light bridge in any other states?
So Lightbridge Academy started off in New Jersey. It's a home base. So that's where they're mostly all populated. They started moving out into Pennsylvania for, I want to say, about 8 years now. We're going out towards Ohio. And then all down the East Coast, so Connecticut all the way down to Florida. And now we're actually getting some schools out in Tennessee and Texas. So we are growing
Wow.
all around, that we're really expanding immensely. But that's the great thing too about Lightbridge is we have a great corporate hub that does a lot of our corporate training, always helps train. There's all kinds of different things that they've really motivated and teach on in all different topics. But then we also have the franchisees that we can choose to what we want to do within those boundaries or how the teachers still want to teach and to be able to meet the different licensing for the different states that we can always alter here and there. So there's flexibility, but then there is that core standard values that we always have to all hold true to, or that they're always looking ahead for all the different things that are there to be able to meet all the different standards. Safety, number one, there's so many different safety features that our building has that going around to other centers, I know that aren't necessarily there. Like we practice intruder drills all the time. We have panic buttons around the building. We have the face scanner that to unlock the door. We use, we do the fire drills. We have the cameras be able to have there for the parents to be able to enjoy watching their children and learning alongside of them. So today we had a mad scientist come in and we told message out to the parents like, hey, come check out the mad science with your child and be able to really educate and learn along with them so that you have something to talk about for the day. We have, like I said, the Happy Feet soccer program that they can join into. We're going to be looking at joining Chess for Three. And teaching 3-year-olds how to play chess, which then also inspires the brain and mental strategies that are there. And it's all through fun storytelling times that we have. And we use technology then as well because we know it's a piece that's always going to be there, but yet, it's not a main focus of our system.
Now, who are the people that run Lakebridge Academy? Who did someone own it, or they started one and then everything branched out, or?
Yeah, so we got started with Guy Franzoni, and him and his wife used to own a Rainbow Academy in New Jersey, and then he created Lightbridge Academy as a corporate, and then started franchising that out. And I would say about 2 years ago, I think it was Gigi. I can't remember Gigi's last name. Sorry. But she took over as president so that Guy could retire and really enjoy life. And there's other people up the ranks that have really been in there, and some of them actually have been with him since being in Rainbow Academy. So it's pretty amazing to see the family grow.
Oh, sure. Now, is there since Rainbridge, I said Rainbridge, right?
Yeah.
Academy, is there a central curriculum that goes through all of the schools?
So there's the seedlings curriculum that is a philosophy for us on how they grow and using different tools that we use in there. But then we all use our different standards by state and them to be able to have them move along the classrooms appropriately. So there are developmental standards that are there, and we meet those state standards, and then we do have that fun curriculum to meet the child as a whole with our seedlings curriculum that is there. That just became registered as well.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds good. I mean, because it leaves you the freedom to operate your school the way you want to operate it instead of having someone looking over your shoulder. Is that correct?
Well, to a point, yeah. So like corporate comes out and does check to make sure that we're holding the standards that are there. So we, like I said, we're all overseen by corporate, we're all guided by corporate, but we're able to also then be able to see what fits our students and our staff, especially with the curriculum. So that's always the great part, that the staff can say how they want to incorporate everything into their classroom. And it's not, you go into Lightbridge, Montgomeryville, Lightbridge, Bluebell, Lightbridge, Doylestown, all at 10 o'clock, and we're all doing the same exact art project. We're all doing the same exact thing in each age group classroom. It's not that way. Each one, we get main topics and ideas, but if a teacher wants to be inspired and go off of that and try something else, they can go that way too, as long as they're also still meeting and staying within the state and the standards that are there.
Okay.
Since the NFL season is coming and Eagles season is starting soon, are you gonna have like Eagles Day and Phillies Day coming up?
Yes, so we're gonna probably do a Red October. That's gonna happen, right?
Yeah. I hope
I
so.
personally am a huge Eagles fan. I always forget about, unfortunately, all the other sports for traditional holidays. The spirit days that are there that I really wish I was a little bit better on knowing, like when does hockey kick off, and we always know spring, oh my gosh, what is
Spring baseball.
baseball, spring, right? And then the football we always kick off because I do love my Eagles. For
Uh,
sure. And then, we try and get
Hockey.
into 76ers, but I'm just not a big sports person overall. I used to be, but, three girls kind of took me out of that they don't really want to sit and watch sports
Do they
on the
play?
weekdays or
Do,
like,
do any of your daughters play sports?
no, we don't play sports.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Sadly.
I was just wondering. Uh, that's how old did you say they were? 6, 11, and 14?
14, 11, 14, 11, and 6.
Wow, that's a nice little grouping of ages. Having a 6-year-old at the same time, you have a 14-year-old. I mean, you know, life emergencies occur.
Yes.
Did your kids join LifeBridge also?
So the 6-year-old, she was at Lightbridge the whole time. Yep.
Yeah.
Because when she's 1.5 is when we got to open the center, and then she was with me the whole time. My middle one, she was with me at my one preschool, and I also nannied for a little while, one-on-one. And then the oldest one, I was just starting off opening up another center, and so she was with me for a little bit, and then I went off to nannying to give that a try. So
Right.
Do you
How, how,
plan
go
do you
ahead,
plan
Rahul.
on like after sometimes or maybe after some years, do you plan on joining the corporate side of LifeBridge?
I would always look to see about different ways of moving up, but sometimes also having the stability of the same director for a while always looks really great as well. So we'll
Sure.
see where it leads me, but I do really enjoy working for the Lightbridge Corporation.
Just play the hand that's dealt you. As
Yes.
as thing as things happen, you go that way. Yeah, yeah. You can only do that because you have to you have your school to take care of, and uh it's a very, very important job that you do because you're dealing with the little ones, and it's incredible how intelligent they are and how fast they pick up the language, and it's incredible. And to take that and to form that out some more, where they have more, you know, open their brains up some more, as long, and at the same time having fun activities and all for them to do. Yeah, and that would keep them wanting to come back every day, I would say.
Hmm. I would say so. So many people drive by our center and even on a weekend and they're like, that's my school. Some parents said that even on the weekends they have to come drive in the parking lot and show their kids that school is closed today. So
Oh,
that's always a
wow.
great feeling.
That is, rather than them getting up Monday morning and go, oh no, it's Monday. I gotta go to school today. Yeah,
Yeah. Luckily, they don't know that at that age for the most
right.
part.
Well, I went to Catholic school. I know all about that.
Mhm.
Oh no. Yeah. But no, I say that in jest. But yeah, I mean, it's just to have their parents drive them physically, to take them physically to the school to show them that no one's there. You're not there. No one else is there. It's like, because today's the day you just take off and enjoy.
Um,
And
Yep.
what do you guys have a core values of LifeBridge in LifeBridge? What are your core values?
Yeah, so our core values still children, so we're always about caring, honesty, integrity, leading by example. Oh my gosh, we're having relationships with them, and then being nurturing. So those are the core values that we're always looking for. We look for that in each of our families, and then we look at that for each of our staff as well. Oh, and
oh,
excellence. Sorry, I missed that extra E in there.
I have to ask you this question. Have you ever turned away a child because you just did not like their parents? I mean, they came into to come into to go around the school and you talk to them and everything. And did you ever come across parents that just they didn't get it, or they just were you just did not have want them to be around? I don't know. Is it the I don't That's the
Not
best way I can
necessarily.
say it.
We haven't never necessarily turned away that way, but sometimes, our school isn't the right fit for every student, for sure.
Right.
Each one, sometimes we can't always meet the ideal goals that some parents are looking for to that expectation. So there are those conversations that sometimes we do have to have of like, well, here, there are some families where school is one way, but having a nanny might be more of what their expectations are. And so sometimes
Oh,
I will walk them down that road. We will always give things a try, but I can't always say that every parent fits exactly like Bridge Academy to the fullest.
okay. Yes, because yes, that's a good answer.
But we will
That's
always support each family and try and guide them and give them what would be a better fit and set them up for success as much as we can.
oh, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. I was just wondering. That was just something that came popped in my head. I coached football and I coached sports for a while, and I enjoyed coaching the kids. I really did. It's the parents that I just did not
It's
care
the
for.
parent.
Yeah,
How come you didn't care for the parents, Charlie?
because everybody thinks their kid's a star. Every kid's a running back. Uh, don't work them too hard, but get them ready to play on Saturday. You can't win. And
Those
after a while, it's just,
expectations, yeah.
yeah. And after a while, it's just, you know what? Uh, the heck with this. I was going to say something else, but the heck with this. I'm, yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah. What else was I going to ask you? Uh, in this area here, in this, like, say, the Philadelphia Montgomery County area, how many schools do you have in this area?
Let's see, there's Glenside, Willow Grove, Yardley, Bluebell, us, Doylestown. So there's about six of us in the
Okay.
in the Philadelphia Montgomery County
Okay.
area. Yep.
Okay. Well, okay. I like that. It's all the different neighborhoods: Glenside,
Yeah.
Ardsley. Yeah, all of them. Uh, that's good. Where is the Lakebridge Academy in Willow Grove?
It's back in the industrial park side. I can't I can
I
visualize where it is. So 63 comes down and like does that Y on it like verges onto I want to onto some highway. But it's like right
Eastern Road.
before that and there's the industrial park that you go down and an apartment complex being built. I can't think of
Okay.
where it is.
Okay. Yeah.
It's off the 60. It's like between 63 and 463 in like one of those bypassing sections.
I got you. I got you.
I
All
want
right.
to say like if you know everybody's playground, it's like back in that little. I want to
Oh,
say it's back in that area.
okay. Okay. I was just curious. That's all. I think it's neat that there's all these different schools around, and there's spot for people or there's spots for kids that they whose parents want them to go learn and do positive things, instead of just
Yeah.
sitting around the house. Like when I hate doing this, but when I was young, there was no such thing as any of that. I mean, it was a big deal when I went to kindergarten. Not every parent was sending their kid to kindergarten. This is in the 60s. And then,
hmm
you had these kids that they learned from being with their mother, but they got a little bit of socialization as they got older, but they never learned how to uh be involved in a classroom, and want to learn. and I think that's something that, that goes all the way up from the time they're infants all the way through. They want to learn, and if you feed that, they they're going to keep wanting to, you know, get more education and go to school and not, be a wise guy, you know. So, but yeah, that's
But
yeah.
I do wonder how many of the skills of being able to play and follow after the parents in the yards and things like that, people got to know a whole lot of different skills. Yeah, opposed to us now sitting in front of a screen all the time. I feel like you got to build those relationships
Yeah.
and seeing that hard work at hand by being at home previously. And then when exactly kindergarten was like I said, a 3-year-old classroom now, learning how to play house and learning in the different centers of working in small groups that we do. And then, first, second grade is when you actually start learning your ABCs and one, two, threes, where now you do that at 5 and 6, so four, three, 4, and 5. So it's just different. But I also feel like there's a lot of hard work ethic that has been lost due to learning so quickly as well.
Yeah. Uh,
Uh,
okay.
do
Go
you
ahead.
have before we wrap things up? Do you have any motivational quotes for the viewers?
Yeah, so I don't necessarily have a motivational quote for like that somebody else has, but I kind of created one with being in the environment that I am. So a lot of people will say the terrible twos all the time, but for me, it's always the trying twos and testing threes. So trying twos, they're just really being curious and trying and exploring, which parents aren't always ready for. And threes, they're really seeing how and what they can get away with by testing those boundaries. And really, whatever you permit, you're going to promote. So if you kind of don't say you can't touch that or you can't be doing this. I want you to be doing X, Y, Z instead. So please, walking feet on the floor, those kind of guidance that you're looking for, those
Right.
things are really going to help make boundaries and really, I think, help a lot of different behaviors that people are always all about.
Okay, Raul. Are we?
Yes. Thank you for what you do for in the community and in Lightbird, and thank you to your staff for all the hard work they do, and we appreciate you talking to us about Lightbird and about yourself, and you sound like a fun person and a great person.
But thank you so much, Rahul. Thanks for having me on. It's fun to
No.
see a different side, and getting out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you're more than welcome, and you're welcome to come back if you want anytime you want.
Yeah, you are.
If you,
Welcome to come
if you
back
have
anytime.
anything that you need to get out there, or if you just want to come back and talk, we're, we would love to have you.
Or we could love to have any of your staff come to be a guest on our show.
yeah, I can see what I can do. Maybe I can give them all the owner. He's great.
Yeah,
He's fun.
yeah,
But yeah, that would be awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys.
yeah. William, you want to do the closing statement?
Sure thing. Thank you everyone for listening to another episode of Rockin' with Raul and the Free Amigos. Please be sure to click and subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Good night, everyone, and catch us next week.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you, Melissa. It was great talking to you.
Bye, Melissa. It was
Thanks.
nice having you on.
Yes.
Thanks. Thank you so much. It was great meeting you guys.
It was good meeting you. It was good meeting you.
Yes.
Thank you for what you do
Very
for the
good.
community.
So you survived our interviewing.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. No, that's good.